think I did not record that segment. All right. But anyway, I will present that to you in person. All right. So let's move along with the program. I would like to get Trina and Dina will bring you because I know you'll probably need a little extra time. So I want Trina, I'm going to let you introduce your store. So all you wonderful authors, and we're building a community in Manhattan with Trina's store. And Trina, we had Armor earlier this morning, and they very much want to be in your store. So we'll be making that. And Reginald does CBD coffee. So so we definitely want to do that. All right. So am I recording? Yes, I am. Okay. Here we go.
And CBD.
Yeah. All right, so go ahead and tell us about your store and tell us about CBD.
This is our first flagship retail store. We're a certified organic farm from Boulder, Colorado, and just really happy to be in New York City with just passing the most progressive cannabis laws in the country, and believe in everything that hemp can do for the world. And our line is organic and vegan, and it's really highlighting just all the different uses for hemp in general and what it can do for us personally and as a community and as a society, and just really believe in that.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh no, you what?
No, you go ahead.
Okay. Wonderful.
People
Thank
are
you,
used to hemp for for sleep or pain and inflammation, the way we're finding that CBD interacts with our mood and the way we handle stress, our sleep patterns, metabolism, hormone regulation, blood sugar regulation. It's just really amazing all the ways it's connecting in with our nervous system. And sorry.
Do you sell papers or
Yeah.
No,
But-
I'm sorry.
backwards? Do you sell
No,
these?
we don't.
Aw.
Don't worry about it. We'll
Any joint
make
papers
sure
or
you
something?
talk to your doctor before you try any new products, but these are really fabulous. We've tried them and we think they're pretty awesome. So
Really
thank you.
fabulous.
Okay.
They're becoming the premier solution for, just all the ways it's interacting with our nervous system. And I wanted to say to the author too, you're right in New York City, and we're having a book signing on Saturday and a women's brunch of women making history and just trying to bring in all the connections around women empowerment and us being together in New York City. So I would love to invite you to that if you're here this weekend.
You got to turn your
Where is your
sound up.
store?
Yeah.
I want the store address, Trina.
Oh, sorry, it's 400 Madison Avenue in Manhattan, like on Madison, between 48th and 47th Street.
Okay. So we'll
I'll
make,
put it in the chat.
yeah, we'll make connections. We'll make connections.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to build this amazing community of amazing people, and we want to do retail and get there. So so get in touch with Trina, and we'll make sure you have, look at the beautiful store. She's showing it to you right there on her in her back. Oh my God, that looks so great. Yeah, that's awesome.
Color formulas.
Yes.
We just actually got this new artist in because we're really trying to do a lot of stuff with local, but he's so fabulous.
Mm. Yeah, I love it. Yep.
Okay.
So keep going, and thank you for being here, and stay on. We'll bring you back. I want to just finish this roundtable with everyone here. And Dina too, if you'd like to do a book signing in Manhattan, and if we can get you to travel. So our next speaker is Dina, and Dina has an interesting story for you. I can't hear you,
Can't hear
Dina.
you, can't hear you.
here. There, how's that?
Yeah.
I was just saying, I'd love to go to New York. I've been there a few times, but it's a bit of a stretch for me from Oregon to New York. But I'll be there in thought, if not in person. So my book is when I was listening to Bill talk about critical thinking, I got to thinking about critical thinking and the Shakespeare authorship question, and the fact that there are so many people that are so tied into the fact that it was William Shakespeare himself. So stop thinking any ways otherwise. And I'm sorry, but it's just so difficult to counteract people that are so tied into what they believe and aren't willing to adjust their thinking. And when I was reading the plays, I really felt like there had to be a woman involved in the Shakespeare plays. I mean, you look at the culture in the 1600s, and I do have a presentation that I can give you of the history of England during Elizabethan time, but I'll save that for another time. But if the culture of that time you'd recognize the fact that women were pretty subjugated to their fathers and then to their husbands, and so to think that a woman could actually be talented and recognized in that era is pretty remote. But there were talented women then, and I found one who was the wife of Edward de Vere, the 17th Earl of Oxford. He is the leading candidate for Shakespeare, recognizing the fact that Will himself from Staffordshire didn't meet the criteria necessary to be that brilliant writer. It's not to denigrate him in any way, but it's just a fact that Edward de Vere, because of his royalty connections, that he was highly educated and very bright man in his own right. And he did fit the profile to be Shakespeare, but also his second wife, Elizabeth Trentham, did as well. She was a maid of honor for Queen Elizabeth for 10 years. She's from a wealthy family in the Midlands, and she just, because she was from a wealthy family and the influence of Queen Elizabeth, that tutors were provided for girls as well as boys then. And so that's how she became educated. And then she resisted marriage, even though she was pretty. Her father, then she finally was accepted by Queen Elizabeth in her court as a maid of honor at the age of 19. And she stayed with the Queen for 10 years, and she was wealthy in her own right, but she resisted marriage, much like Kate in Taming of the Shrew. And so if you look at the life of Elizabeth Trentham, you can see it in the plays. She had a legal background as well, and you see that in Portia and Merchant of Venice. And so it only made sense to me that Elizabeth Trentham and Edward de Vere were probably collaborators. And it especially since in Edward de Vere, even though he's the leading candidate to be Shakespeare, he died too soon. He died in 1604, and new plays were being introduced and performed up until 1612. And interestingly enough, Elizabeth Trentham died in 1612. It happens to be the same year that Shakespeare retired back to Stratfordshire-upon-Avon. So that was my first clue, and that's when I started to research this amazing woman. And so because I'm an author and I like to write fiction, I decided that to portray her the best would be in a novel. And that's where Lady of the Play was born. I started working and researching a little over 10 years ago. And the more I researched, the more clues I found that she, in fact, was probably the other Shakespeare. And you'll find that in the book. And along the way, I learned so much about that particular era that now I can actually talk about what life was like 400 years ago in England. And it's quite interesting, but that's a presentation for another time. I'm not sure how long you wanted me to talk, Elizabeth, but I'll just keep going till I hear otherwise.
This was great.
Edward de Vere
No.
came into prominence as a leading
This
candidate.
was actually great. Have any of you seen this movie Anonymous that's running on cable right now? Well, if try and see it, because it's about Edward and everything that she's talking about her book, and then it'll really connect. It'll really make that connection.
I might add that in that particular movie, Elizabeth Trentham isn't mentioned. They don't acknowledge the fact that he had a second wife. So I found that quite interesting.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So yeah, so maybe we need to make a movie about your book and bring
Well, that would be, that would be great. My children would be happy. I probably wouldn't be around long enough to see it.
You will. We're all living longer
So
now.
I just wanted to make sure that, well, going forward, that we want to engage with your discussions with some critical analysis to help you get visibility for the book, because it will be necessary to talk with people, especially big Shakespeare fans. And I'm a really big fan of Shakespeare. And I've even been to the Shakespeare Theatre in London to see a play. But you know, I can't say one way or the other, but I'm really willing and would want to listen and understand, you know, your analysis. And hey, you know, if it's true, it's true. You know, I mean, nothing could be said differently. So thank you for your contribution.
Thank you, really. Thank you for writing your book.
Thank you for having me back. Appreciate it.
So let's just go around the room. We've been on for quite some time now, and I know Reginald has to do one more presentation with us, but I want to thank everyone. You could be somewhere else, but you chose to be with us, and we value you so much. We really, really value your time because I know how precious time can be. And I didn't do this Trailblazer Award properly. I just rushed it. So what we'll do is we have our next event on the 12th, and we'll do a proper, you know, award ceremony, and I will present your awards to you properly. But in the meantime, I will email them to you because I just announced it too quickly. And I think that y'all are very special, each of you. So please put that date on your calendar, and I promise it'll be worth your while. I just wanted to let you know, but we will make this announcement today, officially, the Trailblazers, and then we will have a separate reception where we can really make you feel very special. And we'll do that on the 12th during our 12th broadcast.
I have a question for Jerry Baker. Jerry, this is the summer month. Well, spring is coming up, and we're going to be doing more things outdoors and physical activity. And does Shackley, I know Shackley has a myriad and a plethora of products. Do you have anything for painkiller?
A plethora of products.
Yeah, you got so many.
Yeah.
Shackley's got so much going on. But I mean,
well, you're talking about that in the context of exercise, sounds like. So yeah, in our sports performance products, well, painkiller, we have muscle recovery, which is, I always take that at night and helps to, soothe the sore muscles. One of the other great products we have is a joint muscle pain cream. And that is, I tell you, I've got some things that go on at night, and I just rub this pain cream on it and it goes away. So yeah, we do have things for that.
Okay, very good, very good.
I'll be happy to send you information.
Well, actually, I'm just making sure that everybody online here who might need to take something like that or something for ibuprofen or something like that, it can add value. I don't know. Just a consideration.
Yeah. So let's just wrap this up, and I'd like everybody we were going to do a footprint and ask you this question: what is your carbon footprint? Now, many of you get intimidated when you say green and Earth Day, and if you're not a scientist or you're not somebody, one of the things that you're doing today is attending this event, because anytime that we talk about the Earth, that is considered as actually making a step towards helping our planet. So me hosting this event is part of my my contributions. So I'm going to just ask you randomly, and if you feel embarrassed about it, you don't have to comment. But what is your footprint when you think about the earth? We came with nothing on, right? We just landed on this planet, and
We're born into the planet.
yeah,
We'll
we
say.
came with nothing. So what do you think is your contribution to this planet? And I think it's community service, helping one another. How can we make this world better? Now, we all know that the world has a lot of haters. And in fact, the haters are growing and growing in number. So we lovers need to double up, because otherwise we'll be outnumbered. And so in order to keep the world brighter and happier and more jubilant, we each need to have our carbon footprint, as well as our global footprint, as well as our own personal footprint, as well as our family footprint. So what is your footprint today? And I want to start with Ida, because I just realized that she joined and we never gave her a chance to speak at all. Ida Young, yes, there she is. And Ida has two businesses, so you could talk about both your businesses, Ida. And tell us your age. You'll be surprised how old Ida is. Yeah.
Thank
so-
you. I'm on the other, let's just say I'm on the other side of 66, almost closer to the 70-year-old. So how's everybody doing today? It's been an
Doing
enjoyable event. Thank you, Elizabeth, for inviting me. But I just wanted to share my businesses. My main business is Mary Kay. I love providing products and solutions for skincare. The makeup part is just an addition to the skincare, but my main business is taking care of individual skin. And also my second business is Assure for Life. Assure for Life is a barrier plan that protects up to 8 people on one plan. And I will share much more about that later on in our presentation. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share my business.
Oh, well, thank you for coming. She's also on my Relay for Life team. You know, Ida, we had a lot of discussion today about Relay for Life. So we need to pick up some speed, and thank you so much for being on the team. Now,
you're welcome. My pleasure.
I also wanted to quickly say that at the end of this session, we're giving away a lot of stuff. So Lisa Baker, who did this excellent presentation this morning, is giving you a 15-minute one-on-one coaching with her. So I will make sure you have this link, so that if you wish to make an appointment, you can go on the link and make an appointment and have that coaching session. Trina, are you there? Still with us from Blue Forest, is going to give me a link, and I will be sharing that link with you. So if you want to try any of Trina's products, then you can just click on that link and use the Brightside code, and you get you can go and order that today. Jerry Baker, as he mentioned, has this green home product line, and you can follow him and purchase that as well. So I will make sure that these links are available to you. Oh, and Reginald Lavely is doing business financing. So if you need a loan up to 25,000, is it? Reginald?
It is business. There's 2 different streams. There's
Okay.
business capital for 25,000 and under, and then there's another stream for between 25,000 and higher. And of course, when I get the chance to present, I'll be able to lay all that out in detail.
Okay, so for those of you who can stay, he's going to share that with you. So if you need capital to run your business, then he's your man. And I will make sure that the link is available, and he will give you a free session as well. So these are some of the goodies and the giveaways, and I'll make sure that you have these links. So make sure that you can order them. I have another author, which I haven't seen in a while. And Linda, you're not going to believe what I found. So, these are Linda's books. And as I was talking to you earlier, the haters of the world are just growing in number. And jealousy, unfortunately, if you look at all these sitcoms and TV movies, and there's so much of jealousy, my goodness. And Linda has 2 books, Jealousy or Envy, and Speak Positively to Accept the Victory. So Linda, I'm glad you've surfaced, because with COVID, that jealousy has come and increased and quadrupled. And we saw that with Will Smith on the Academy Awards. So speak positively. I wish I had given him that book. So talk to us. Tell us a little bit about you, and when are you coming back?
Well, hi everyone. I'm Linda Thompson, and I am the author of the 2 books. And you'll see me popping in and out, but during the pandemic, a lot of things have happened, and I've learned a lot that I will be able to share. But I would just say that there is a lot of competition in the world, and it doesn't have to be, because I think someone said earlier, we can help one another, and that is what it is all about. And I've heard I've been popping in and out, but I heard some wonderful talks today, and I'm glad to be here today. So I have a lot going on. Might hear some noise in the background, so I'm not going to talk much, but I'm glad to be here, and I will be able to share more in the coming, maybe the next 2 months. I'll be able to share a little bit more. So thanks for letting me have this minute. And I'm Linda Thompson, the author of Jealousy or Envy, Is There a Killer in You? Stop the War Within and Be Set Free, and Speak Positively and Expect the Words of Wisdom. And with so much going on in the world now, and with all the changes, mental health is going to be one of my main focus for, I think, the remainder of the year. And I did mention mental health piece in my book, Speak Positively.
Great to see you, Linda. This is Nancy and Ernestine Wooten. We've missed seeing you.
I know, but I've had a lot of traumatic things happen with family and stuff, so I'm kind of restoring myself, you know.
I'm with you.
Yes. So just keep me in your prayers.
Okay.
Are you coming on Saturday for the event? Maybe.
There's a big maybe. I have a question mark, because there's I have a sister in transition, so I kind of been by the phone, so I don't know from day to day yet.
Okay,
what's gonna happen.
Maybe. All right. Well, you can keep the phone in the restaurant. We
Yes.
just want to see you. Yeah.
Okay, you'll see me soon. You'll see me
Okay.
soon.
All right.
right.
Well, we love to see you. So always grateful to have you. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So we're going to just run through the room. So Linda, what is your footprint? And it can be a green related, but if you don't have a green initiative, just anything that you want to do for this planet.
Well, I guess with we do recycle. So that, I think I'm helping the planet with that, you know, separating the plastics, the bottles, and all the other things. So that's one way that I'm contributing.
That's great. Yeah, and we're doing the same. We're just practicing all kinds of green initiatives, but the main thing is that I like to host this Earth Day. And as somebody said, we should do Earth Day every day. I love that. So Ernestine and Nancy, what is your footprint?
Do unto others as we would have them do unto us.
That's very good. That's a good one. That's an excellent one.
As well.
Okay, Jerry Baker, what's your carbon footprint, or your planet footprint, or your Earth Day footprint?
Go back and watch the video of my presentation.
Okay, all right.
Very good.
Bill Pickney, what is your footprint for today? We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Well, my carbon footprint And that's one of the confusing things. Carbon means pollution to some, and it means carbon dioxide to others. And so in terms of pollution, I'm like the rest of you, trying to minimize what I do. But if your carbon footprint really is your carbon dioxide footprint, it's a huge footprint for that, because it's what we need. It's greening the earth, and we need more of it, not less. Just in general, awareness is my thing. Telling the other side of the story.
Well, that's good. And your book is everything, so that's awesome. So Reginald, and how long is your presentation, Reginald?
Mine should not take any less than 5 to 7 minutes. It's a pretty brief overview.
All right, so those of you who can stay, we're going to have him show his final presentation. So I'll bring you back. Lisa, what's your footprint?
So I'm going to answer this in 2 quick ways. In terms of my footprint as it relates to Earth Day and trying to make this world a better place. Like others said, certainly we recycle and do all of that. But one of the ways that I think I'm helping is that I don't drive very much at all anymore. My business allows me to work from home. I'm not traveling and on airplanes and all the time like I used to be. And so my car rarely leaves my garage. So I think I'm helping the planet in that way. But the second way that I'll talk about, I think really is in terms of how I'm helping individuals and organizations to grow personally and professionally. And I think as I'm helping people to be the best and highest versions of themselves, and then they contribute to the world and to the planet, I am by extension doing my part.
Yes, you are. Thank you. Trina, she's a grower too. So Trina, what's your global or your legacy or your footprint?
It's the love era.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
I think hemp symbolizes everything love. And how we can love ourselves and how we can choose love with the planet. Every industry can be built in a sustainable way that shows love and growth and sustainability instead of anything else. It's empowering, it taking your own health and wellness into your hands and just feeling like yourself. And that vibes out to the world. When you feel good, the whole world feels that.
Absolutely right. And you got to try that serum. Your whole face lights up like Brightside. Yep. So we'll definitely make that thing available. That love, I love it. And she's got love right there on top of her bookshelf. So, yeah. So Jerry said his thing. So James and Grover. Now they are in, James is in Kenya, and I think it's 9:30 p.m. in Kenya, and the wildlife need us. So James and Grover and us are going to plan a virtual trip to Kenya. And if those of you who want to go to Kenya on a safari, James is available to take you on a tour. So James, Grover, do you want to say something before we close? There he is. Okay. Yeah, so tell us, if we took a safari with you, what could we expect? We can't hear you. No, we can't hear you. You have to take the mute. Ah, there we go.
Oh, there you go. I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
On a wildlife safari, we mainly go for wildlife, scenery, and culture. And it's a full day of excitements. Every place has its unique wildlife. And as a country, we boast ourselves of a all year round destination. And of course, when it comes to experiences, they're like second to none. And I'm sure like Grover would be the best person to ask Having been here before and after, he has seen a major change in the local industry or the local sceneries.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to share with you my country.
Yeah, we just had a friend who went to Nairobi and came back, and Elton was like terrified with all COVID and everything, but the flights are doing okay and everybody's flying again. So, but we will tell you about the virtual. I'm wondering whether we do 3 days or 2 days, but we'll be working with them on that. And maybe May 12th, we'll kick it off. So we'll let you know how to do either the virtual safari and drive with James. And then if you can't do the virtual and want to go in person, Grover will help you with all the travel arrangements. So Grover, tell us a little bit about what we can expect from the Kenyan safari since you've been on one.
Well, actually, I live there. I hate to talk about safaris necessarily because it's the experience. It's not just visiting, it's being there, seeing the natural environment in its original state without having to worry about. In fact, what I found intriguing about the Kenya when I first got there was, we go to zoos and the animals are locked up. On safari, you're locked up and the animals are free. And that's the best part about it. And you really, really will appreciate the vastness and the naturalness of the safari, of seeing it in its natural state. And of course, we never recommend you get out of your vehicle to pet an animal. You may become his dinner or breakfast or lunch, but it is just something fantastic. You can't imagine seeing it on TV. You can't imagine it just seeing the video. It's being there in person and experiencing it.
Awesome. So over to you, Reginald. Close us out with how we can make money. Now, also for those of you watching this month, Verizon is offering $10,000. And if you want to know how to apply it for your business, then you must write us a comment or you must enjoy some of our videos and we'll share that information with you. We'll share it anyway.
Hold on one
and
second.
also they're giving away $250, I think, if you want to get an Apple something. So I'll send you details on that as well.
Okay, so here are my instructions for a footprint, carbon footprint. And if we can all fulfill them, follow through them, and we have to find a way, and I think this will go the longest distance in ensuring a healthier earth, a healthier culture, if we can just draw closer together and find ways that we can support, love, encourage, and improve relationships around the world. Even if you don't agree with everybody on everything, you can talk, discuss, and come to some level of understanding. And even if, people are never going to completely agree with each other, but even if we agree to not agree is a great source. So I encourage you, what the world needs now, is love, sweet love. It's the only other thing that is just too little love. Share with people, find ways to show more love and improve relationships. And we have to find better ways to recycle. On this Earth Day, let us improve our understanding of one another, and even when it comes to talking with people, listening to them and understanding and sharing where we are and what it can do long term. This goes a long way. I encourage you all, finding the power, the strength, the course, and the diligence to get that right. I encourage you all, and I just want to say I'm so thankful for each of you for being with us on this Earth Day celebration. I'm so thankful that you contributed in a substantial way of today's program. I'm so thankful that you are here, and we encourage you to come back next year and also plot your course. Plot your course, because even on this annual celebration, coming to understand how important you are. You're essentially important, and you're important to us, to you. We're important, we hope important to you. And so we'll think that through, think it through very carefully. And Claire, thank you so much. And each of you, thank you so much. We love you. And there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do about it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that was wonderful. Thank you, Elton. And over to you, Reginald.
All right. Thank you so very, very much. It is
Wait, hold on,
inspiring.
Reginald, hold on. Let me stop